can say there's a little bit of worry right now in regards to the tech field with this virus going around. However, AMD is saying that the next generation consoles are still on track to hit this holiday. We'll take a look at the overview from WCCF Tech. Also, Final Fantasy VII Remake combat gets new details, game features hidden choices that also have impact on the story. We'll highlight that, and the fast-paced online sports game in Broomstick League is coming to PlayStation 4. The PC version launched earlier in Steam Early Access. We'll go over that at the end of this video. But first up, for those of you guys excited for the PlayStation 5, I think that the console is still going to be coming out later this year, even with all of the manufacturing issues with the virus going around. Whatever the case may be, it's threatening various technology sectors. As WCCF reported in the last few weeks, console gaming is no exception, and there have been growing concerns that the next generation consoles from Sony and Microsoft, the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, could be delayed or severely affected by shortages due to supply issues. Speaking in the latest MCV UK a magazine March 2020 issue 955, IHS analyst Piers Harding-Rolls said this, quote, "The chance of supply chain disruption due to the coronavirus is growing weekly. To assemble optimum inventory for a November launch, I expect both companies to start ramping up production in Q2, so if factories are not back at full capacity by that point, there is likely to be some constraint versus optimum shipments in preparation for a launch. Aside from the actual assembly of the consoles, it's hard to predict at this stage if the supply chain for the components that go into these consoles, several of which will be custom, will or will not be affected." Also, this is going to be a very concerning issue for the price point of the console. I think the price is going to be what it is. What's going to happen is if it's a more of a hot ticket item and it becomes, well, there are limited units that are in the cycle, it is going to be super expensive from a secondary market standpoint. So if you guys have any interest in picking up a PS5, do so and do pre-order it immediately, just to avoid any issues, just to avoid, you know, the hearsay, the hysteria, whatever the case may be. If you pre-order the console, you got your pre-order in, it's gonna be good to go. But if you don't, I could easily foresee some issues. Even if there aren't, like, fundamental issues, the hysteria around the situation is gonna make people sell their pre-orders of the PlayStation 5 on eBay and whatever the case may be for exponentially higher than whatever the MSRP is. This happened with the PlayStation 4, where there was so much demand for the PS4 and then people were just selling their pre-orders on eBay. But in this case, there's going to be even more so with the hysteria of this virus. I mean, I shouldn't really say hysteria. There's definitely a major issues. You see the stock prices of all of the tech companies really just plummeting for a little while. They're recovering at this point, but you guys get the idea. But yeah, if you don't think people are going to take a chance to, you know, pre-order the PlayStation 5, maybe even pre-order multiple units of it, whatever the case may be, to turn around and sell it on eBay, I'm telling you guys, you got another thing coming. It's not the best thing in the world, but this is the reality we live in, where people are gonna try to make a buck off the PlayStation 5, and even more so with everything that's going on, with people being a little bit worried that there's not gonna be that many units in cycle. Even if it does hit launch day, I'm telling you guys, pre-order it as soon as possible, and you'll be thanking me later, because God, after the pre-orders go through and pre-orders are not available, go on eBay, look at those prices, because I guarantee you they are going to be absolutely ridiculous. But at this point, it does seem like the PlayStation 5 will be hitting this fall, no problem. Let's hope that the stock and supply is as normal as we can expect. I already imagine that it's going to be a hot ticket item, and if you want it, you should be pre-ordering it, because it's going to sell out everywhere. Look, the PlayStation 4 did that, and I feel like there's more hype going into the release of the PS5 than there is the PS4, and we still don't know hardly anything about it, but that should tell you something. The hype is already at this extremely high level, and we don't know much about it. Once they get the game announcements rolling, and I guarantee you that Sony is going to stack this launch lineup, and if it has backwards compatibility, it's going to be a wrap. This console is going to be enormous. So just bear all of that in mind, but at this point, it looks like it'll still be making a holiday release window. Alright, next up, Final Fantasy VII Remake combat gets new details, game features, hidden choices that have some impact on the story as well. Some new details on the Final Fantasy VII Remake combat have emerged online thanks to a new report that also shares some new details on the story. A new video shared by Maximilian Dude on his YouTube channel reveals some of the new details on the FF7 Remake combat and growth system. Each weapon in the game is said to have come with a unique combat skill that can only be used with the weapon equipped, such as the focus thrust technique, which can only be used by equipping the Buster Sword, the main sword that you see throughout the game and all of the promotional material. This isn't a major issue, as all of the weapons have skill trees that can be powered up so they can be used for the entirety of the game as previously revealed. Maximilian also revealed some additional combat details for Tifa and Aerith. Tifa is the fastest character of the game so far, and her combat skills can be leveled up individually, making her markedly different from Cloud. Aerith, on the other hand, is mostly focused on long-range attacks and magic. Maximilian also revealed an interesting detail on the game's story. Apparently, there will be multiple hidden choices that will have some impact on the story itself, such as which character players decide to wake up first prior to the battle with APS. While this was in the original as well, it was not confirmed to be in the remake, and since it impacts the love triangle between Cloud, Tifa, and Aerith, it's likely that there will be a save importing feature for future installments of the remake. The video in its entirety can be found on Maximilian Dudes' YouTube channel. However, it does contain heavy spoilers for the future of the game, so there is something to keep in mind as far as that's concerned. So do watch the video at your own discretion, but the game itself is out on April 10th, and a lot of excitement has been building for the Final Fantasy VII Remake, so we can't wait for the release of that. Alright, lastly, I do want to note that the fast-paced online sports game in Broomstick League is coming to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. The PC version launched today via Steam Early Access, and now it's going to be making the transition to the PlayStation 4, and it won't be coming until very later on, likely not until December 2020 at the earliest and March 2021 at the latest. Now, Broomstick League is a pretty interesting game, a fast-paced, high-flying online sports game where players divide into teams and streak across massive arenas atop their trusty broomsticks. Take possession of the ball and rush it through the stadium as you outmaneuver other players in an effort to score. Equipped with a broomstick and wand, players must hone their flying skills and use magic to dodge enemies, defend their goal, and make awe-inspiring plays. Armed with the blast spell that knocks the ball out of your opponent's hands and the blink spell, which teleports players to create goal-scoring opportunities, there are endless combinations of plays with no two matchups being the same. Customize your witch or wizard and equip a variety of unlockable broomsticks, wands, and other magical cosmetics. It's time to polish your broomsticks, practice your aerobatics, and enter the Broomstick League. The game's key features notes fast-paced matches, play 1v1, 2v2, or 3v3 matches with friends, or matchmake with opponents from around the world. Form magical teams with your friends to see who will dominate the skies. Realistic, fantastical gameplay, pick up speed while dive bombing to fly past a defender, cast a spell on your opponent to blast the ball away, or use the blink spell and teleport to a more favorable position, surprise your enemies, and gain the advantage. You've also got character customization, personalize the look of your witch or wizard with the Deadpool or of creative options available, unlock new broomsticks, wands, and much more. Perform a variety of taunt and dance moves to rattle your opponents in the arena. You've also got mystical arenas, experience high-flying sports actions with imaginative arenas brimming with magic, battle it out with giant trolls lurking in the background, or score impressive goals while floating on the back of a flying dragon. You've also got a lot of features regarding player progression and stats. Track your progress with leaderboards, stat tracking, and a player leveling system to prove you are the most skillful broomstick pilot in the land. As far as the game's reception right now on Steam, it's not like a ton of people have played it, but there are 43 Steam user reviews, 81% of those reviews being positive, and that is a pretty good sign for a game that's still relatively early on in development. Bear in mind that it's not going to be out until until the end of the year or early 2021, so there's a lot of time to make refinements. The issue is, a game like this with a multiplayer focus, you are going to have a core audience of people that are invested into the game and playing the game, and sometimes games like this do tend to go to the wayside, but whatever the case may be, hopefully it sticks around for the long term, and Broomstick League is now confirmed to be headed to the PlayStation 4 as well. And that's going to conclude this video. Again, if you're worried about the PlayStation 5 not coming out in 2020 for whatever reason due to production issues, don't be that worried. However, I do think you should be pre-ordering the console as soon as pre-orders go live, because I guarantee you it's going to go very, very quickly, and there's going to be a lot of people that end up pre-ordering from various retailers trying to get multiple units, and they're going to try to sell it on eBay, and I guarantee you they're going to be able to sell it on eBay and make a significant profit. So if you don't want to be in that predicament, I would highly recommend when pre-orders go live, just pre-order it ASAP. Final Fantasy VII Remake has gotten brand new combat details. Game is shaping up very nicely. That demo was phenomenal, and the game itself looks excellent. It'll finally be out April 10th, and the fast-paced online sports game in Broomstick League is coming to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One sometime either in December of 2020 at the earliest or March 2021 at the latest. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.